Hi everybody, my name is Robin and welcome to my channel Bird's Eye Stitches. This is a channel about cross stitch, so if you are new here, then welcome. I hope you are here because you have a love of cross stitch like I do. And if you're returning, still welcome, and I hope that you are here because you also have a love of cross stitch like I do. If you are new to the channel, then this is a place where I occasionally, and I will say occasionally because it could be a week, it could be a month, it could be 3 months, I don't know. But I occasionally pop on here and I take the time to go over some of the projects I've been working on, share some plans, sometimes share some haul if I have some, but most importantly, this is just a place where I can come on and talk about cross stitch and life and connect with all the rest of the fantastic floss tubers and cross stitchers out there who all share a love of this craft. So let's see. Today's video, I'm going to share a few of the projects that I've been working on. I'm going to talk a little bit about some plans I have coming up. At the end, I will have some haul. I started out with some stitch from stash. I am stitching from stash in the sense that I'm using what I have when I'm kitting up projects and trying not to buy too much in the land of supplies, but I am not stitching from stash in the sense that, like, I went on vacation this last weekend and I stopped in at a cross stitch store, and you know, you're on vacation, you gotta buy some stuff. I'm still purchasing things that speak to me here and there. So I've got some of that to show you, and that's really it. So guess we'll dive right in. So let's see, today is Tuesday, it's May 3rd. Look, I took some notes. Totally not like me, but I wanted to take some notes because it's been like 3 months, and every time you take a long hiatus, you feel like you're brand new and you have to try to figure out how to do this all over again. But anyway, it's Tuesday. Typically I am at work on Tuesdays, but I went on a little mini, I guess, vacation. I went to Utah, and then on the way back stopped in outside of Las Vegas, not like in the Strip area, but just outside of Las Vegas because it's in between Utah and Arizona, and now I'm home. But I don't go back to work until tomorrow, and I thought, what better way to make use of an extra day off than to jump on here and talk to you guys. So yeah, filming on a Tuesday. All right, I've got a whole stack of stuff next to me. The thing on top is, I have a notebook on top. So I stole this idea from Carolyn Cezek Stitch, my dear friend Carolyn. She does her tracking on one of these sheets, at least she used to, where you have all of the months and then the days of the month on the side. So you can see I started this back in January and I like filled things out, right? Then I had my little hiatus. So although I did stitch in there, I didn't track it. I didn't do a whole lot of tracking and planning in general. That's okay. But now it's May and it's the beginning of May, so we're gonna try it again. So you can see on May 1st and 2nd, this was all car stitching, by the way. I got 2 hours and 52 minutes in on the 1st and about an hour and a half on the 2nd. So looking forward to keeping this out and hopefully continuing on filling it in. Today's the 3rd. I have not stitched yet today, but it will happen tonight. All right. Okay, first project right on top. This is probably my favorite cross stitch bag right now. Also from Carolyn. I think this was a birthday present. I think so. Maybe Christmas. I don't remember, but I love it. Anyone who knows me knows that gray and yellow, specifically this shade of yellow and this shade of gray, my absolute favorite color combination. Do not let the background here fool you. I'll be moving maybe soonish, I don't know. I'll give you updates on that at the end, but there might be more gray and yellow in the future. You never know. All right, so the first piece that I want to show you guys, I actually picked up while I was traveling over this past weekend. I knew that whenever I was out of town that I was going to be stopping at a cross stitch shop, so I figured I could just pick something up there to stitch on the road trip home. I flew out, and so I didn't really want to bring a whole lot with me because I flew on one of those airlines where like they charge you for every single thing you do. So I just had a tiny little carry-on backpack thing. So I didn't put anything in there as far as cross stitch goes. I did go to a cross stitch shop, but they didn't really have any small projects. Everything that I picked up was kind of bigger, and I just wanted something very simple to stitch on the road. I've talked about this in the past, but when I'm on the road, not driving obviously, but when I'm on the road, I have to stitch on things that are like a Mill Hill kit or 14 count Ada, and I don't want to have to worry about a whole lot of color changes because I do get car sick, so I have to still kind of look at like my fabric and the road. So I'm doing a lot of this, you know. So I picked up a kit, stopped in at Michael's, and the kit that I picked, let's see, oh, it's in some plastic. I picked up a small dimensions kit. It's one of the Learn-a-Craft kits. So I got this guy here. It is sweet. It is very sweet. It's a nice bright pineapple. I think when I finish this, I'm probably gonna like try to do the whole scrapbook thing, you know, because I don't really have any plan to put this up anywhere, but it was cute and it's fun, and it was the first day of May, and you know, Mania is coming around. I'm not really doing Mania, but I'm just inspired by everybody else's Mania plans, and I could not waste a road trip and not work on something. So we have sweet. Here is how far I got. It is a kit, so obviously called for everything. It's on a 14 count Ada. It's a Learn-a-Craft. It's nice and simple, and I love it. And I am here. I also picked up some new scissors because the kit comes with absolutely everything except scissors, and you can just never have too many scissors. So I picked up just a very inexpensive pair of DMC scissors, and I'm actually really impressed with how well these work. I love that they're small. I needed some more to go in my kits anyway, so that was perfect. But I got to here. This was the 2, 3, 4, it's about 4.5 hours worth of stitching on the road, so it's a little bit slower, but still quite a bit done. I'm going to be working on this tonight. I do really want to keep this out and in my rotation because there are some like mementos and things like that I picked up while on vacation that I really want to be able to put into like a scrapbook type setting, and I thought it'd be really fun to stitch this and put that in there as like the picture, I guess. So have this and then the little memento pieces around it. The idea seems good, seems doable, and it's a nice easy piece. So I'm gonna be keeping this one out, probably gonna be working on it later on tonight. And when I go over plans, you will see that it is part of my magazine monthly challenge, part of the acrostic for the month of May. So a lot more stitching to come on that piece. All right, the next thing that I'm going to show you, I started last month. I did start this piece also for the magazine monthly challenge. If you're not familiar with that challenge group, it is a group on Facebook. It's called Magazine Monthly Challenge Cross Stitch Group. Magazine Monthly Challenge. I think we had to throw cross stitch in there somewhere just because back in the day we were getting all kinds of random people trying to join. It's a Magazine Monthly Challenge group. It's fantastic. We have an acrostic every month. The idea is to work with magazines, but we work on everything, and great bunch of human beings. So, all right, talk more about that later. But for that group, see the pattern there? If anybody freezes my screen right there, you just got a free pattern from Just Cross Stitch. I feel it's okay. Anyway, I'm stitching a piece from Just Cross Stitch magazine. It is April 2022, comes from here. The piece that I am stitching, let's see, is called Shadow of Thy Wings. It looks like this. It is, I mean, it has birds. I don't typically like to stitch words very much, but I just really liked this piece, and I love the colors a lot. I am not gonna stitch the whole thing. What I'm actually gonna do is, essentially I'm gonna take this bird, the I Sing for Joy, maybe the heart, we'll see, not quite sure. I think it's just gonna be this bird right through here and the little loop-de-loo going on here, and that is going to be it. It's just that little bottom piece. So, started that last month. I did about say about 4 hours so far. I am stitching it on a piece of Fortnite Fabrics 32 count even weave in, it says Dine Woods, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be Pine Woods, I think. As far as the floss goes, I'm using DMC. It's called for on about, I'd say half. The rest I'm just pulling other DMC that's close. And here is where I'm at. It says, I sing for joy. Got to there. So all the wording is done and part of the vine is done. A couple of the flowers, obviously. So I'm gonna be able to start in on the bird probably this week because there's just a little bit left in this vine, and then I can start stitching the bird, which of course is my favorite part. So another thing that I'm using with this piece that I am really, really loving is I got this amazing floss holder from Garon Stitchery, and I just love it. I have always used either like cardstock that I put holes in myself, or those inexpensive, the little plastic, you know, floss holders that you get off of Amazon. You get like 20 for a pack. You get 20 in a pack and it's like $5 or however much it is. Nothing wrong with either of those. I love both of those. I use them constantly, but there's just something about using something a little bit nicer, a little bit more fun. I've seen some floss tubers who will take like cards and things that they get from people and laminate them or just punch holes in them, and now they have like a really nice floss holder. I might start doing that in the future just because it's just fun, you know? I love accessories, so yeah. But I've been using this and loving this. And I've been holding this piece in my Garon totem bag with the foxes because the fox is my favorite mammal. I just love them. And these foxes also have what remind me of the dandelion, which if you can't tell from my tattoo, I guess that's actually the tree side, but I've got dandelions all over my arm and I love them. So this is a great bag. One of my favorites that I purchased semi-recently. So anyway, that's as far as I've gotten there. This is also gonna stay, everything I'm gonna show you right now is going to be staying in my rotation over the next few weeks. So if I'm getting back on here regularly, you guys are gonna start seeing a lot of these pieces pretty frequently because where I'm living right now, in order to get new projects out and things like that, everything is like in bins in a closet, which works great. Luckily, this hobby does not take up a lot of room, which is fantastic, but it is kind of a pain to like kit up something new or get out something different. And so on the plus side, I will hopefully get some good finishes in because I'm gonna keep these guys out. The downside, when I'm trying to plan for a new month, it's like, what am I gonna find in these buckets, you know? So we'll see. So these are gonna be staying out for the entire month or until they're done, because this little icing for joy shouldn't take very much time. It's fairly small, so we'll see. All right, the last piece. My hair is still really wet. I keep messing with it because you know, you hop out of the shower and it takes forever to blow dry your hair. And I knew if I did that, I would not jump on here. But now it's like in the awkward stage between being wet and dry. So it's just kind of, it sticks to everything. It's hair, it's okay. But if you see me messing with it, that's why, so. All right, last but not least, I worked on this one last month as well, but this is Buzz Off by Plum Street Samplers. You all have seen this many times. I know lots of people who have stitched this and love it. I love this grumpy bird. He's amazing. And I made him a he, because why not? I don't know what fabric I'm stitching this on. I'm gonna have to go back and see if I can find it, because I didn't have the tag in with the bag, so I'm not quite sure. But I got this far. He kind of looks like a big black blob, but that's okay. There's some shape coming around. I love how chunky he is, like these teeny tiny little legs and this huge giant like turkey looking body. It's cracking me up, but we're here. So I did about 4 hours on this over the last month, and he's going to be staying out. I plan to do about 4 more hours on him over the course of this next month as well. So I should be able to at least finish is he a crow? A raven? A crow? I don't know. Whatever this guy is, I should be able to finish him. So looking forward to that. This has been a really easy piece to just kind of stitch on while you're watching a movie because I've just been using black. So super simple. Oh, and as far as floss goes, I'm using the called for almost everything. I think that I'm using, I'm not using the it says Weeks Dye Works mascara for the bird. I'm pretty sure that I'm using a DMC for him. But everything else is the Weeks Dye Works that it calls for. So we are there. All right. Let's see. What else did I want to talk about? Okay, plans. So my plans, like I mentioned, I'm not doing anything for Mania, not officially anyway, other than I want to spend a lot of time kind of watching more Flosstube, getting online more often. I've been stitching here and there, but I have not really been on social media at all, which means I miss out on the connection part with all of you guys, like all of my cross stitch friends. It's just time-wise, by the time the end of the day comes around, I just don't jump online very often. So it really has nothing to do with Mania, other than the fact that everyone is posting everything about Mania throughout the month, and it's really fun to see all of the new starts and all of the projects and all the plans. Super inspiring. And so in a sense, my Mania plan is to just be online more, be more present, and get back into the swing of things with filming and watching the Flosstube videos. So if you are doing Mania, and if you leave me a comment, let me know, and I will try to make sure to track your progress, because it will inspire me to do more cross stitching and do more work and to jump on here more often, so, which I love. All right, besides that, Magazine Monthly Challenge, again, that is the Facebook group that I run with my friend Carolyn from Czook Stitch. We're on there pretty often. There's a great group of people that are now part of that group. Everybody posts all their new starts, all of their projects. The acrostics are great. Our monthly challenges are a lot of fun. Just a fantastic group of really kind, fun cross stitchers. So if you're not part of that group, go onto Facebook, request to join, answer the questions, and love to see you there. So our acrostic for this month is sound. The theme is music and the acrostic is sound. So in the group, we have a theme, even though the group is about magazines. Some people only do magazines, some do regular projects, and others it's a mix. So my theme, I try to do a magazine. So for my theme, I'm going to be stitching on the Sing for Joy piece, because the theme is music and I sing for joy. Perfect. I want to get 4 hours done with that. And then I'm also going to use that piece in the acrostic for sound. So I'm going to use that piece for S. Oh no, I take it back. I'm going to use it for U because it is unfinished. Someone else in the group used the letter U for unfinished, which I thought was perfect. And then for D, for Sing for Joy, because the piece is darling. It's the first word that came to mind and it works. So in total, hoping to get 8 hours in on that piece. I may finish it within that 8 hours, and if so, I'll just swap something out. So let's plan for that. The rest of the acrostic, I'm going to use that pineapple. So the pineapple is called Sweet. It works perfectly for the letter S, and 2 hours there. Get that one going. I don't think I'll get it finished in 2 hours, even though it's easy, but we'll see how far I get. I may also pull that one out just here and there, simply because it's easy and I can stitch on it while I'm watching a movie. And then the last one I'm going to work on is the buzz off piece. I'm going to use that for N because of the beehive, kind of reminds me of a nest. So N for nest. We're going to do 2 hours on that. So all of those pieces that I've just showed you, those are really my plans over at least the next couple of weeks. Like I said, I'll see if I pull something else out and incorporate something different. So that's it for plans. All right, this will be a very quick video, but that's okay because at least I'm jumping back in here. The last thing that I want to show you guys is a little bit of haul. Like I said, I did go on vacation, and when I went on vacation, so I went to the Salt Lake City area, and while I was there, I did a quick search. First of all, there is a lot of cross-stitch shops in Salt Lake City. Like there was like 4 around the Salt Lake area, which is quite a bit. Where I'm at, I have 1, which I'm fortunate to have 1, but I have 1. I did not go to Shepherd's Bush. That was kind of outside of where I was staying, and their hours, I couldn't make it work. But one I did go to was called, let's see, it was called I can't read my handwriting. Looks like, the Craft Center of Fine Stitchery. So the Craft Center of Fine Stitchery, it is in Salt Lake City. It was a great shop. So my local LNS is called The Attic. And at The Attic, their main thing is samplers. So all over the walls, you see samplers, and almost everything is stitched teeny tiny. Like it's stitched on, 40 count and up. So everything is small and amazing and adorable. At this shop, the owners or whoever the model stitchers were, they stitched everything on like 28 count or 14 count and probably a lot of 28 count. So like all of their miras, all of their everything, patterns that I see people stitching on all sorts of different fabrics, just everything was giant. I mean, it was beautiful, but everything was big. And I'm so used to seeing everything tiny. So I think I spent an hour just looking around at the model stitches. So that was fantastic. Of course, then the model stitches sold me and I had to buy some of them. So here is what I picked up out of the package. Okay. All right. Might be a little bit of glare, but that's okay. So I picked up Clementine by Plum Street Samplers. This guy here. This one was stitched up. There was a model of it. I did pick up the called for, looks like 32 count smoky pearl linen. Go. This is the color. See, I saw this all stitched up and it was just adorable. Carolyn, you may end up with this little guy stitched for you for an upcoming Christmas, birthday, I don't know, but I know none of your cats look like this, but he's just amazing. And you're the main person I know who loves cats, so this is your future, just so you know. So pick that guy up. Then, let's see, another one that I was inspired by the model on the wall was Sophia by Alessandra Adelaide. I say that this shop seemed to have a lot of her work displayed, so this is definitely popular there. Looks like this. Now the piece that they had displayed, it had some really nice bright greens. They used beads instead of knots, which 100% I will be doing because I cannot do French knots to save my life. So beads are my friend. Looks like this. But this is one where they stitched it and it was huge. I mean, it was a big giant wall hanging. It was beautiful. I could actually see hanging this up in a house in the future if I did it the way that they did. So really pretty. And then another Alessandra Adelaide piece. Also, it was stitched, it was displayed, it sold me. It's got trees, Foresta de Neverno. No. But this was stitched and it was just beautiful. It was just on a regular piece of white Aida in shades of blues and grays. Just stunning. So I will definitely be starting this pretty soon. And then the last thing that I picked up while I was there, it's a sampler, but it's always sold out here. And so I just picked it up. I don't know if I'll ever stitch it, if I'll give it away one day. I have no idea. It was heartstring samplery. Consider the lilies. You know, I've seen it everywhere, but looks like this. I don't really stitch samplers, but I've always looked for it when I go out because I see it stitched everywhere and I can never find it. So I was there, so I picked it up. that is all of the haul that I have to show for you guys. Like I said, my plan is to hop back on next weekend. Next weekend is Mother's Day, so I will be going with my daughter. We're gonna do a little staycation, get a hotel, kind of hang out together and do that. But while we are there, I know she's gonna want to do some online time, and I will probably do some recording time because I plan to do a lot of stitching in between now and then. So hopefully I'll see you guys in about a week. I hope you all are well, and I hope you guys get some great stitching in. Have a great week, and I will talk to you later. Bye.